Tapping in.
Are we live?
Man, what else, man? What else, man? You know what I'm saying? I think we done served them up a hot plate, skillet, you know what I'm saying? Grilled it up, chefed it, chopped it right, put it with the right sauces, seasonings, and sides to make sure that they had a complete meal. What more could they possibly recommend it and review?
Drop something about that. Drop something for that.
You know what I'm saying? We out here. Voice of the hero. We're gonna add auto tune to that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it. You're gonna get me sounding like Durkio out here. Lil Durk. Lil Baby. Voice of the heroes. You get a chance to listen to it? You listen to it all the way through?
I did. I've listened to it. It's solid. It's solid. It gives me. Is it What a Time to Be Alive?
Oof, good comparison.
It gives me What a Time to Be Alive vibes, and it's very evident that Lil Baby is the Drake of it.
Interesting. Go on. What do you mean by that?
Just in the sense that we are entering baby's time. You know, in hip hop is a gladiator sport, and there are times where there's a clear champion, right? There's always going to be the champion, but then there's going to also be Spartacus, if you get the gladiator reference right there. But it's you have somebody that is clearly dominating right now, right? This is the voice of the youth, which is why they called it what it is between the two. And I think Lil Baby, from a technical perspective, from a lyrical perspective, just he's got it. He's the one.
I think he is the sound. I think when you hear him now, he just encapsulates, you know, so much of what we've been hearing over the last 10 years from mumble rap, but still having a lyrical delivery to snapping over Take Keith, London on the track, fits right in with the producers that are making waves right now. But it's interesting because for all the praise I can give Lil Baby, that flow doesn't change that much, right? Yeah. And so there's an interesting like dynamic here where I'm going through, this is 18 tracks long, something like that. And I'm liking it, and I'm also wondering, to your comparison of somebody like Drake, if you get 18 tracks from Drake, right, you're gonna have such a variety of tones, of singing, of rapping. Did you get ear fatigue at all listening to these two, but particularly Baby, whose flow is gonna be what it's gonna be on every song?
The ear fatigue was there, mainly because, and the ones I usually skipped over are the female songs, right? Or let me say the ones for the ladies, and this one is for the ladies. All of those.
I was gonna drop it, but you bodied that.
You know, all of those. You know, you had a concert. All right, we're gonna take a little bit slow now and dedicate one for the ladies. But that being said, there's a huge female fan base that just eats this music all the way up. I don't care how hard you think you like Lil Baby, how much you think you like Lil Durk. There's shawties out there in Atlanta and Chicago that love him way more than you do, and that is their jam. You know, me personally, I did get ear fatigue from it, but I expected there to be misses. What I liked a lot. What I didn't like was what I usually don't like about that type of music.
All right, boom. So I think that brings us to, do you have the track list? Do you want to give us some of the highlights from the album?
I would do it, but the paper I wrote it on, I also wrote this Lloyd Banks album track list on top of it. So it's a little hard to read, because what I'm looking at is this Lloyd Banks. Oh my goodness, I love me some hip hop.
Don't trip. We're gonna get there. Let me give them a little bit of my highlights from this.
Please do.
I liked Lying. Lying sounded just like King Von. And I just appreciated Durk making that record and that space on this project, just continuing to, you know, just show that loyalty, and just like, I love that in artistry, right? In much the same way that I appreciate whenever you hear a Meek record and there's a reference to Snoop, or you can tell that's the bag he's in, is thinking about that homie. That came across really dope. I thought that was like a dope kind of homage, right? I messed with If You Want To, right? That's like further down the track list, track 15. I think this actually got like this kind of picked up a little bit at the tail end. Rich off pain, make
Yeah.
it out, bruised up. If you want to, those last few songs are super dope to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I liked Hats Off, right? I like Man of My Word. I like Still Hood. I liked a lot of this. I didn't
A
get
lot
as
of it
much.
is good. A lot of
Yeah.
it is good. It's gym music, it's car music. A lot of it is very good.
And it's I as the summer like opens up, bro, and people are starting to go out again, hearing these songs as an album from these two guys is one thing, and to be able to appreciate that is good is one thing. But these songs are the songs that are gonna stand out among mixes throughout the summer. You know what I mean? These are gonna be the high points of being out and hearing, you know, whether it's Hats Off, whether it's what's the Meek feature? Still Running.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some even the songs for the ladies, man. So I was very happy with this, right? I'm as a Chicago native, bro. Like the fact that you mentioned What a Time to Be Alive, but you look at Watch the Throne, you look at Voice to the Heroes. We are part of some of these collab albums. Chicago, it's amazing for Chicago to be acknowledged in that space too, and just to be, continue to for Dirk to just kind of take up that role, bro. Dirk has really just kind of stood up to be like, yo, I guess I'm the guy in Chicago, and
Yeah.
continue to carry that sound and like I don't think anybody in 2012 was projecting Dirk to be this consistent, this guy. So shout out to him, man. I'm super proud of that musically. I rock with it. It hits so different riding
Yeah.
around in Chicago too. Like that music is. I took just a drive to go pick up some some Lamb's barbecue. You don't know nothing about that South Side all day. You know what I'm saying? With the mild sauce on the side, extra lemon pepper. But I digest. I went to go pick that up, just listening to the album, and just it sounds like this area, bro. It sounds like this. So man, I was not expecting to like this as much as I did. I super appreciate it. I'm gonna give this one 4 mics.
4 to 5 mics. Wow, that's
Four
very
to
high.
five mics.
That's very high.
Yeah.
That's very, very high. And I'm glad you touched on the importance of Dirk in Chicago, because Chicago does have a plethora of talent. I mean, you got you got Mick Jenkins coming out of Chicago. You've got No Name coming out of Chicago. You got Saba coming out of Chicago. You got Dirk. Put Dirk in there. You've got Chance if you want to. You've got there's a whole lot of talent that's in
Yeah.
Chicago.
You got Herbo, you got Polo G.
You got Polo G. How could I even forget the youngins?
And if there's one critique that I could make about this is that the difference between the songs was so dependent on the beat that features were super welcome, right? And so I wish there were certain songs where I'm like, man, there should have I hear Polo G on this, right? And rest in peace Devon, but Polo G is out here. Go get him. You know what I mean? Go get G Herbo. You know what I'm saying? Go get Lucky. Some of these other Chicago dudes that are making noise, but not to say that Dirk doesn't drop an OTF mixtape every 6 months for literally only the family. So
yeah, for literally only the family. He explains it in the hook.
Explain it. Yeah. So man, I'm with it. I'm bumping this. This is super hard. And just congratulations to those two gentlemen, man. I think that they are running with the mantle of being the guys. So word.
Who did not Herbo? Who did? How am I forgetting his name?
King Lord, Tay Sav.
No, literally on the Baby.
King Louis.
Literally on the Baby album is Baby and Dirk. Damn.
What?
Dirk. I was thinking
Dirk.
Lil Durk.
Who we've been talking about this whole time?
Dude, that is so embarrassing. I'm gonna cut that out. Who did he pick up the mantle from in Chicago? Who dropped it and who did he take it from?
On the
Chance.
On the street side, I would say he's been kind of leading since Keith was like, all right, I'm just gonna be my legend self. He's still doing the music. That new Bugatti, he's on that. That goes hard. That dropped last week.
Stupid.
That's dumb. But Keith definitely was like took a backseat musically, if not culturally. and Durk kind of stepped up in that. I think for a little bit, Young Pappy was that guy. Rest in peace to Young Pappy. But yeah, I think there was a little time. There was a King Louis. There was FBG Duck, and Durk was always kind of in that mix. But again, I don't think anybody expected him to be the guy that just kept it going, right?
Yeah.
Lo and behold. But Polo G is up there too, man. I mess with Polo G's music, so there he want that top spot too. And his bodies of work album wise are super solid. Polo G. So it's a lot. I'm proud of my city, bro.
Listen, while we still bigging up beautiful music, that Lloyd Banks album, if you haven't jumped on it, it's for the heads. It's for the heads. Personally, that was what I was listening to more of this week, but also because I was chopping wood in the cold, trying to keep my family warm, wearing gloves. So that Lloyd Banks gritty hip hop music and that deep, dark, introspective writing, it's not summertime in South Africa right now. Okay,
that's what I was about to say.
It's
that's
not summertime. That booty shaking music, inappropriate.
I don't know, but as somebody who lives in Chicago, we make sure that there's booty shaking when it's cold. Helps. So y'all might want to rethink that one, but I definitely feel you on the vibe. You the winter album to get you through to grinding it out in the cold.
Yeah. If I may say, and this is going to be very controversial between the two of us, if I have to compare it out to the elder statesmen of hip hop's albums that have dropped, this Banks album is better than Jim Jones's last album, and I think could be compared to Jim Jones's first album.
What? Do you think this Lloyd Banks project is better than El Capo?
I think it's better than El Capo. El Capo is the latest one to drop, right?
He just dropped the deluxe of El Capo.
Was it no?
But El Capo's
was it the deluxe?
Yeah, with the red cover. That's the deluxe of El Capo. Yeah.
I'm talking the latest Jim Jones and Harry Fraud.
Oh, that's
the Fraud Department.
The Fraud Department
is better than the Fraud Department,
but not better than El Capo.
El Capo, nah. But you can't compare it. You can't compare it.
All right.
You can't compare it.
That's good hip hop. That's good hip hop.
You can't compare it. I'll give that 4 out of 5 mics. I give that 4 out of 5 mics.
Wow, double 4 out of 5s.
Double 4 out of 5s.
Double 4. We out here.
Yo, are you watching Floyd Mayweather fight Logan Paul tonight?
I guess.